So today I think we're going to be nice, which is different for us because sometimes we're not as nice as we should be. And somebody pointed out to me that they don't even remember an episode where we were actually nice to each other. And I take that as a problem, something to fix. So, hey guys, how's it going? No, that didn't feel right. Hey, no, okay.
No.
Hey pig, sup?
What? I like that. Sup? Hey, sup with you? Yeah, I think it's fine. It'll be easy to be nice to each other, right? The weather is dreary outside. It's cloudy. It's kind of gray. The ground seems to be marshy. So that's fun. Really gets everybody into spirit. And the kids are about to be home from school for the rest of the summer. So that's going to be very pleasant, very happy times. Everybody's thrilled with that. Yeah. Oh, boy. So, I guess I'll ask the question, Natty, how are you doing?
I mean, it just sounds so weird when we say hi to each other, or we like, it sounds, disingenuous is the word I'm looking for, which is strange because we hang out all the time, but I guess we don't normally just ask. I guess when you hang out with people all the time, you don't ask them how they're doing because you see them all the time. And so, in one way it could be annoying where if I see you several times a day and I'm like, how are you doing? They're like, back off, still doing the same, but you're actually making me kind of agitated. So in that instance, you're trying to be nice by asking someone how they're doing, but I guess they're just being asked too much. Is that what it is? It's like there's some social contract or okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Rufus.
Yeah, hey there, Nada. I heard you talking about a social contract, and I'm the one around here who loves to facilitate, to possibilitate, to recreate, and to designate and never deviate from the contracts, from the letters of the law, from the structure of the pen to the paper. You understand? There's indentations. There's bullet points. There's the little things that are inside bullet points, like hollow bullet points. And then sometimes I've seen it where people go bullet point, indent, hollow bullet point, indent. You go back to a bullet point. What world is that even? I'm going to get confused. I got to get my glasses on, okay? So, I heard everybody talking. How is everybody doing? It don't feel right. It just feels strange for some reason.
Yeah, no, I get it. We got to figure that out. One thing we could talk about, the last episode that we had, which I am so sorry. It was a little while ago, but if I even bother to tell you how much life has been happening to me lately, you would never listen again because you would be too busy being sad. But that's okay because we pick ourselves up and we throw ourselves back down the hill once again. It's a grassy hill, don't worry. So with hay at the bottom of it, so it's okay. You just roll and then you're in the hay. It's fine. But the last episode, I think that we had, there was a new microphone.
Oh, yeah, I remember the new microphone, right? Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
and I don't remember, they, we'll go with they, had a lot of problems, or they caused a lot of problems. I don't remember, now that I mention it, I don't even remember what it was, but I do know that there was a new microphone and that there were issues, which is shocking for this show. Everything normally goes so smoothly and goes off without a hitch. So, where is the new microphone? Why we're back to the old stuff?
Yeah, so we were really having a problem in the last episode, and everybody seemed to be having a really difficult time, and so I was like, how are we gonna make these things?
Hold on, I don't even know. I apologize. I didn't keep up with that last part. I don't speak frog as fluently as I probably should, but it sounded like you said or something like that. If I got that wrong or right, I don't know, but I definitely don't even understand what it means or could mean, the potential of what it could mean. Yeah. producer, we're trying to be nice to everybody in this episode, so I'm just gonna stick with that. And what did you just say?
Well, first off, I just want to say that I'm all in and behind the idea to make this show nice. You know, when we first started, everybody was friends. We were all new to each other, and we were, kind of seeing like, okay, maybe this person can be my friend. And then over the years of, living together and not getting paid and just kind of being around each other all the time, and then we went through the whole thing that we couldn't leave the house for a long time. It became very, very closed in, and we maybe don't. We're not as nice to each other as we used to be. Now, that's what I was saying about the microphone. It was causing a lot of trouble, and so it's currently in our AV closet, which is our audio and video closet. It's actually AVE, audio video equipment. So I put it in there for right now, and I'm trying to test some things out, make sure everything is working properly, and then maybe we'll bring it back in. I don't know.
Yeah, no, thank you, producer, for doing that. As I remember, and I don't want to bring up any bad memories, but that last episode, you were really getting it. I don't know who it was from. I don't know where it was from, but people were seeing, this is our episode where we're going to be nice, not just to each other, but we're going to figure out ways that we can be nice to other people, which is a crazy concept, I know. But I think I'm going to apologize because I don't remember if I was part and parcel, part of being mean to you in the last episode. And if I was, then I apologize. And I'm going to see if Aloysius, if you want, Rufus, maybe you guys want to say something to producer?
Yeah, sure. I also don't really remember the last episode. I do remember something about a microphone because it was in the spot where I usually, put my cup of water. This microphone is hanging from the ceiling. That microphone was on the table. And so I remember getting very parched. And sometimes when I get parched, I lash out a little bit. And, producer, you have a hard job, thankless job. And I want to say that I'm also very sorry that if and that Natty was mean to you in the last episode, because you don't deserve that. You do a lot of hard work around here, right?
Why did you just put it back on me? Like, I already did my apology, and then you did this big build-up and gave a reason for why you might have been feisty, and then you didn't say sorry. You just said sorry that I was mean. But, what about you, Rufus?
Well, now, in my line of business, it's verboten. We don't ever start apologizing for nothing, because once you say you're sorry, now that means you're taking responsibility for something bad that might have happened. And, once you take responsibility, the next logical step there is that somebody might take advantage of your having responsibility and the vulnerability that you have then opened up to have to rectify the situation that you were, quote, end quote, sorry about. So, I will refrain from saying those actual words. Let me think here, but I do feel bad, producer, at the last episode with the microphone. Again, I agree with how mean, how rude, how just unnecessary a Natty was to you.
Yeah.
So you know what? I will stand up for your rights.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And maybe he's going to say he's sorry, but I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna.
Well, I already did. I was the first one, and I actually did say that I was sorry. And which, fine, if I'm taking responsibility for not being nice, that's a good thing, okay? If you make a mistake or you are not nice to somebody, if you're rude or short, it's okay to say you're sorry, Okay? It doesn't make you less of a person. It actually makes you more of a person, a better person, because you then are showing that you have the ability to recognize that you have faults, to recognize that you're not always perfect, regardless of what you've been told your whole life, and to show the people that, you empathize with them. It humanizes you. It makes you just, I don't know, more relatable and easier to make a connection with and more present because, a lot of times people do bad things, and if you say anything, they'll actually get mad that you called them out on doing the bad thing. And then I know I have. And then I've been like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm apologizing just for letting them know that this bad thing has happened that they were involved in. Does that make any sense? No.
Nah, I'm a little... So, okay, you're saying somebody does something bad, right? And then they have the option. I guess they have a few options. They can just walk away, right? Ignore it. Or they can decide to apologize, maybe try to fix the situation, right? Or, and this one's kind of funny. I mean, not funny, haha, but funny. Whoa, what's wrong with this world? They might actually get angry that you noticed that they did something wrong or bad, and then they might not only not say they're sorry to you, but then cause you to somehow feel guilt where you're then apologizing for the thing that they did or for... I don't understand.
Well, now, this is what I was talking about, and this is a slippery slope. This is the dangerous vortex that you can fall into if you're not careful, all right? And that's what I call the sorry slope. Didn't just make that up. Sorry slope, where you step on it, and the second you put your foot on the sorry slope, you could get stuck. You could get pulled all the way down into the sorry slope, right? Sometimes, like what Nat is saying, people might even push you down the sorry slope. You didn't even have nothing to do with it. You were just a bystander, innocent, just minding your own business. And then something bad happens, you say, oh, something bad, boom, they push you down the sorry slope. Then where are you? You're nowhere. Huh. That's why, never in my life will I ever say that word. Much like Fonzarelli, I go, I'm Does you remember that? Because I can't even say the word, is what I'm saying. I'm like that. So, I almost said it right there. Okay, anyway, that was too close for me. I was looking right over the edge of that sour slope.
Yeah, but I guess I appreciate it, everyone. Everyone's close to saying sorry or apologizing for Natty. It seems like the right thing to do, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't understand why I'm now to blame for everything. All I did was apologize. Does that not make me nice?
The Bumper Podcast is an oftentimes hilarious weekly romp with Natty Bumpercar and some of his pals. It is family-friendly, clean, and ridiculous. Thanks a bundle for listening. If you love our show and you'd like to help support the podcast, check out our Patreon page at https://www.patreon.com/Natty Bumpercar. Also, pretty please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Share it with everyone everywhere, post about it on all of the social medias, or leave a rating and review. The Bumper Podcast is produced at headquarters in Coffee Can Alley. It's recorded, mixed, and produced by producer. The Bumper Podcast features contributions from Aloysius J. Pig, Rufus T. Rufus, Doodle Poodle, Robot, Trunks, and a gaggle of other silly rascals. Our head talker is probably Natty Bumpercar. We also have an absurd newsletter. Check it out and subscribe at nattybumpercar.com/subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Natty Bumpercar. Hugs and hearts. See you soon.